tiptoe through the window, by the window, that is where I'll be. Come tiptoe through the tulips with me. Tiptoe through the window, by the window, that is where I'll be. Come tiptoe through the tulips with me.
Welcome back, Podcast Nation. It's your boys.
Here we are, still recovering from our food comas.
From the what's in the turkey that makes
tryptophan.
The tryptophan.
I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Tryptophan. Got us feeling all sorts of tired, but we're here. Pulling through for you.
We're pulling through.
Because you need us.
You need us in your lives.
We're a part of your routine now.
And we need you because it builds up our self-esteem that people actually occasionally listen to this.
It's true.
Keeps me from breaking down and crying.
Most of you don't know this, but we're doing this as a psychological
Morale booster.
Morale booster, exactly. And we clearly need it. So this is all we got going for us. Thanks for sticking with us.
Thanks for sticking with us.
So,
anyways.
All right.
That's over.
We have an exciting update for you.
Yes, we do. You're more excited about it than I am by a long shot.
Well, one of the greatest parts of West Michigan.
Oh, my word.
Just got, or should I say one of the grandest parts of West Michigan.
The Rapids?
No.
Oh, no.
The castle.
No.
The Grand Castle.
No one cares about the castle. Come on.
There's been a major development. And the structural side of things for the Grand Castle.
Please tell us about it.
Now, it's been up there, I'll admit, for about a month now, but the castle...
We're not that.
We're the slightly informed Dutchmen. It has been dubbed with a lion above it. On the very top, as you drive to downtown Granville, you see the Grand Castle with a lion sculpture.
It looks so goofy up there.
It's perfect.
Oh, my word.
It's perfect.
Sticking up at the top.
It's so dignified. And
oh, yeah.
It's royal, really.
What do you think its name is? You had to name it. Why did that come out of my mouth? Leonidas.
It's definitely named Leonidas. Spread the word, Podcast Nation.
Leonidas the lion.
Let's make this happen.
Speaking to existence.
So, anyways, that just got even better, and I'm very excited.
It did. It's exciting. You know, I'll say this, and I said this before we started recording, and I'll say it again. I'm coming around a little bit. Okay, I drove past the front of it the other day.
It's dope.
It's pretty majestic, and I was reading an article here about some of the things that they're putting in the Grand Castle. Like a giant grand library, and oh my word, if anything, it's an expensive build. I'll give it that much.
Fit for a king.
Fit for
Turkey King.
A person with a lot of money.
Speaking of having a lot of money, if you had $850,000 to spend...
850? You mean 650? I know where you're going with this.
It was only $650,000.
Let's explain where we're going with this, folks. So... Trent, if I told you there was a private island for sale up near the UP, a little north of Alpena, Michigan, would you be interested?
Absolutely.
Too late, it already sold. For $650,000.
You're the worst. See, that's the deal, though. I would never be able to afford my own private island, would I?
If you had $650,000, you would.
How is it so,
let's back up. There was a private island and a lodge on said island for sale on Grand Lake in, I'm going to butcher this, Presque Isle, Michigan. Presque.
Presque. Nice.
Presque.
Presque?
Could be French. It's close to Canada.
It's definitely French.
Alright. Presque Island. Presque Isle. It's actually dubbed Brown Island. I think that was maybe the last name of the last person to own it. But it is awesome, folks. I mean, we've got huge lodge on the property. It's a party hangout. Like a big log cabin. I mean, we got to put pictures up of this place. It's awesome.
It's a legitimate island hanging
So
off of
cool.
Michigan's lakeshore. What is it? 40 acres. 40 acres of
It's
space
something like that, yeah.
with its own, like you said, its own private cabin that's just decked out.
It's got a dock, so you can dock your boat out front. Oh, it's so cool.
And it's sold for as much as
It's
a house in Ada.
That is so true.
How does a private island sell for $650,000?
The only thing I could think of, because I'm just scrolling through the pictures, it's not super updated on the inside. First of all, who cares? I would love to go spend time out there.
Oh yeah.
But the only thing I can really think of is the winters would suck. But that's it. That's all I got.
Crossing the ice to get groceries would be a bit of a battle, but
Yeah. It actually even includes a little cabin on the shoreline, so that you could go to the bathroom in there, park your car, and then take a boat across to your house. And it's got bunk beds in there too, actually.
wow, okay.
Yeah.
So you can have people over.
Yeah.
Party island.
Anyways,
So
it's something.
it's too late now. It was sold by
It was sold by Miedema Auctioneering.
someone that a lot of
Real estate.
people know in the area. Pretty big deal in West Michigan
Yeah,
is Miedema
good for them.
Auctioneering.
It's a pretty big deal. The crazy thing is the starting bid. It started at $250 and ended at $6. Oh, not even $650. It ended at $620. I'm sorry. Man, we could have got a loan for that, don't you think?
I think so. If someone could let me know the next time there's a private island for sale that sells for that cheap, that'd be really great.
You know, I gotta tell you, I knew about this before it sold, so my bad. I should let you know.
That's okay. Couldn't afford it anyway. So
Yeah.
I would have mortgaged my future for that, though.
I would have.
No doubt about it.
Pretty sweet. Anyways,
Put it on the poll.
put it on the poll. Would you mortgage your future and the college education for your children in order to buy a private island?
In Michigan.
I can tell you what my answer is.
What is your answer?
Is yes.
Okay, wonderful. We're on the same page. Very exciting time to be alive. Speaking of mortgaging your future,
Great segue.
you could take out a mortgage with the newest, latest, greatest millennial bank in the world.
I would say so.
If you switch your accounts to
Capital One.
Capital One.
Yes.
Now, West Michiganders know Capital One for their credit cards exclusively, but on the East Coast and a couple locations in Chicago, they actually have bank locations where you can open up accounts, open up debit cards, credit cards, and take out mortgages and such. Now, the bank is interesting. There's a little bit different type of operation than your standard bank.
Please tell me more. I'm intrigued.
You know, when you get your paycheck,
I do.
before we had direct deposit,
Yeah.
you'd get your check, pull up to the bank, park in the handicap spot, walk in the door, and there'd be like a tray of cookies in front of you.
Stale cookies.
Stale cookies, of course.
Usually Oreos.
Clearly, you go to Lake Michigan Credit Union.
No.
Oh,
Come on, son.
slight. But regardless, then you have four tellers, and they call you up, and you file in single file. Like, okay, I have a check for deposit, blah, blah, blah. Super boring. Hate going to the bank. And then the dreaded visit where you have to get taken into the office to discuss your credit information, try to get approved for a card. It's horrible, it's uncomfortable, and it's out of your way.
Correct.
Capital One is changing all that.
Wow.
They are opening up bank coffee shops.
What?
Coffee banks.
Capital One, the coffee shop.
Capital One coffee shops. Now, what they're doing, essentially, they're pulling for millennials because banks are shutting down like crazy because no one's going to them. They're just doing everything
Right.
online.
Because of all the aforementioned reasons, why would you go to a branch?
Why would you? But everyone is going to Starbucks still.
That's true.
And Capital One thought, hey, if people are going to get coffee anyways, this could be a good draw to get people to open up accounts with us by offering coffee shop inside the bank so you can hit both with one trip.
So it's literally... So it's a bank branch, but it looks like a coffee shop. Yep. Shut up! Don't mock me. It's a branch.
Bank branch.
It's a bank branch with a coffee shop inside it, and is it deceiving? They're trying to deceive you.
It's not though. It's set up like a coffee shop. Now, what they're doing on the East Coast is there's an independent small business owner who runs the coffee shop / bakery. Okay. Now, around that area, they have seating. They have actually separate meeting rooms that you could go into if you need to discuss more fine detailed items. But then there's Capital One professionals, bank professionals, that are there to help you discuss account information, open new accounts, and to get credit cards rolling.
Okay.
The kicker is if you visit this coffee shop on the regular and you have a Capital One credit card, you get 50% off all of your coffee purchases.
Whoa!
With your Capital One card.
That's a deal. That's pretty cheap coffee. It's probably pretty good. It's a local shop.
Exactly. It's a local. And if I know millennials, which I do because I am one, we're going to do anything to save money. I'll pop open a couple Capital One credit card accounts. Capital One's happy.
So I got a question. If you had 2 credit cards, would your coffee be free? So now how that works.
Do you pay for your coffee with 2 credit cards?
You could.
At the same time?
You could pay. I don't.
I like the thought.
Okay.
It's a great question. Doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. I'm sorry.
But you're doing your best, and I appreciate that.
I've been doing so good today up until this moment.
So, put it on the poll. Would you switch your accounts to Capital One if West Michigan were to get one of these Capital One coffee shops? Because, like I said, you're going to be going to Big B Coffee, you're going to be going to Starbucks, you're going to be going to the local gas station for your morning coffee anyways. If your bank, you could just get it on one swoop, and you could save money on coffee, I'd do it.
It's a genius idea. It really is. I mean, because you have someone else running the coffee shop.
Right.
And they're happy because they got bank customers coming in and buying coffee.
Business like
and
crazy.
You're happy because people are coming in and buying coffee and getting introduced to the bank. It's a symbiotic relationship.
Wow. we shouldn't. That's.
Hey, is that right?
Or I don't know, but the fact that we had to stop and just soak in the fact that you throw out a big word is.
Like words.
I think that's embarrassing. I'm so impressed that you used the word that.
I don't even know if I used it right. Anyways, well, maybe we should just move on. But yes, I would go to the Capital One coffee.
I would absolutely do that.
I would open a credit card.
But they have to come to West Michigan.
You do.
You know, I mean, I never go to the bank and hate it. So here's hoping. Fingers crossed. Capital One, this is for you.
Shout out.
Please come.
Putting you on blast.
When it hits you.
Okay, Trent. I very recently, finally, Kendra and I took our first ever visit to Hopcat. We talked about that in our second episode.
Wow.
Hopcat.
Yeah, it's the one that opened up September 7th off East Beltline.
We finally made our way over there, and I had an experience.
Oh boy. Okay. What are we talking?
Let me tell you, it was a good experience.
So it lived up to the hype?
Oh, son, it was son. It was good.
So what is it? The atmosphere? Is it the food? Is it?
Yeah, the atmosphere's good. It was a little loud, less, but that doesn't really bother me. But I had maybe the best menu creation that I've ever had in my life. Let me tell you about it.
I can't wait. Edge of my seat.
I was scrolling through the menu. Paging through the menu.
There we go.
And, nothing. There's so many different options. So many great options, really. Hopkins got a lot of great options. And I knew I wanted to have cracked fries, for sure. No matter what happened, I was going to have cracked fries.
You have to.
I didn't know in what form they would be delivered to my taste buds, but I knew cracked fries would be involved. After that, everything else was a toss-up. So I'm paging through the menu. And, so many great options. And then...
Speaking of crack, weed is legal now. More on that later.
Yeah, that's true.
So you were paging through the menu.
So I was paging through the menu.
Sorry. Should
By the way, I'm really excited. Weed's legal.